Hey, it's Empress Rose, and welcome to our collective reading for whenever this finds you. So, to get this party started, I was looking at my scrying ball, and there's very clearly a dog. The dog is seated, the dog is calm. It could be a puppy as well. There's a puppy perhaps here, and it's looking to the future. What's interesting is that the future is a very brightly colored bird. I think it might be a hummingbird or some kind of hovering bird, but it seems like a hummingbird, and they are kissing. They're beak to nose. So there's something there, I think, about something earthly, something stable but new, very grounded. Some sort of innocent, grounded energy, earth energy touching air energy, something loyal with something very flighty. And it's like where the two things meet. The future, the dream, the flighty dream, the shimmering dream, meeting some sort of calm, centered, grounded, present. Even though it's a puppy, or could be a puppy, there's a sense of innocence about it. It's still very grounded and very calm. So calm puppy, and they're kissing. So some sort of combo of those two things. Let's start with, I separated out my decks actually, my Moonology and Work Your Light. So we're going to do Moonology first. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon, leadership energies. Initiative, taking initiative on something. The beginning of something and taking some initiative. It may require some courage. And courage, the point where courage is required is very different for everybody, right? Like some people, courage is required just to talk to a stranger. Other people, talking to strangers is what they do all day. Courage is required for something else though. So for some reason that's important. That's an important part of the message. It's for you, this will be a courageous thing. Oh, we actually have what we need here. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So first requires listening and hearing the call, being in a space where we can do that, where the outside world has dimmed the din a little bit and we can hear the call. So first we have to hear the call. This sometimes actually has to do with an actual call where you need to call somebody back, or you need to pick up the phone, and don't delay when this happens. But what is your soul calling you to do? It's calling you to be a little bit bold, take some initiative. It's not calling you to sit back and wait on something, but it is something that's very unique to you, I think, and is very much what you want to do. And maybe you've been waiting for the right time. And I'm wondering too if this is about a conversation versus action, but we'll see. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Oh my gosh, second call card. We have the call. Where are you being called to journey to? So this can be like some sort of pilgrimage. This can be an actual trip that it's time for you to plan. It's time for you to take initiative on. It's time for you to get moving on this thing. But with the answer the call and where you're being called to journey to, this is going to feel really intense for you to make the reservations, make the call, something like that. There is some sort of, this could be a soul journey, some sort of, this can be a metaphor, of course, for some sort of soul travel, soul journey, a vision quest type thing, where you discover what your soul is calling you to do, where you get in touch with who you are today, who you are right now, and what your soul is currently calling you towards. So it can be, a vision quest, but it can also be like an actual trip. And actually picking up the phone to make the phone calls to make that happen. Or, you are initiating something, you're answering the call, you are being called, and you are answering the call. This is interesting to me that we have call featured 3 times. Called, call, and calling in 3 different ways. So, it could be quite literal. A literal trip, but Maybe you need to make a call. You need to go somewhere, and it needs to be true to you. It can't be someone else's journey. It can't be someone else's trip. At least part of the trip needs to be yours and yours alone. And taking initiative on that will require courage. All right. So sort of what this might be about, the High Priestess, spiritual journey. Yeah, especially if we're talking about some sort of a spiritual journey, a pilgrimage. So the High Priestess, what you can see, what you can't see, what's revealed, what's not revealed, your own personal relationship with the divine, your own understanding. I want to say your own codes, your own a unique message. I think there's a unique message here. Yeah, what you can see, what you cannot see. It's a very mysterious, I mean, for an opening card here, it's very mysterious. It could be about this reading itself of just like, well, there will obviously, as with every reading, be some things that will be very obvious to you and some things that you're not going to understand, and that's okay. But there's some kind of language that you speak or language that you understand that maybe is as special to you, or something's going to be speaking in your language. And there is just a strong sense of partial revelations and your own connection to intuition, to spirituality, to your spirituality. Okay. Past, present, inner landscape. What's at issue? Environment, to-do list, possible outcome. We have 3 emotion cards here, or cup cards here, so that might talk to an overall sense about a relationship. One where you've only seen part of it. You've only seen, part of something's potential, part of the future. I mean, again, I saw this dog looking to the future, this very calm puppy looking, so something new, looking to the future, and this High Priestess is also part of that. So 3 emotion cards. So this could be about a relationship. But we start off with 2 10s. And our one major arcana is the awakening, learning something, having something revealed. It almost seems like the last message where there was this sense of like something is going to be revealed and understood in the future, evaluated, seen differently, seen through a different light, revealed. So we end with an awakening card revealing something, maybe even just a veil pulled away in our own understanding of the workings of ourselves, the workings of our loved ones, life in general, some sort of life-changing epiphany coming in, or information, so that there's a sense of looking back here with the awakening card. And it's funny because I'm starting this is the last card, and I'm very invested in this last card, and we haven't even read any of the other cards. So there's this backwardsness, or this is all headed towards some sort of understanding that changes how you feel about something and changes how you move in the world. That's the major arcana, is some sort of understanding coming in, an evaluation, either an evaluation of you. This could be an external evaluation that helps you perceive yourself in a different way, or perceive your journey in a different way, or some sort of review coming in, even your own review of how a certain situation unfolded. But we'll see how the rest goes here. So in the recent past, starting at the beginning, in the recent past, 10 of emotions, 10 card of completion. But this is sort of having completed something with other people. This has 10 of emotions it can either be a couple vibe. Often it's just a couple that's sort of succeeded in creating their family and creating this peaceful environment. And, after all the difficulty, after all the giving birth and the labors and all of that, there's this moment of peace. with 10 of emotions. This always looks like a performance to me, and a whole group of people is it's sort of like closing night, and we did this performance and it's over, and now we're gonna, you know, break down the set and go our separate ways. But we did it. There's a whole sense of we did it, yay. And it's a we, and whether that's one person, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, there's a we did it. And it's over. It's not over because it was painful and it was difficult and we had to bring it to an end. It's over just because we did it. We succeeded. We got there to a place where we wanted to go. We don't ever get to stay there, but we got there. So current situation, 10 of inspiration, there's something you just don't need to worry about anymore. So maybe, like, if we can take our performance metaphor, we performed this and now you're in a place where, like, oof, I don't have to memorize that script anymore. I don't have to work on this character. I don't have to work with maybe this one person that was really difficult to work with, or I can just let this go. I can let these lines go. I don't have to remember any of this. This isn't important to my life anymore. So 10 of inspiration, also a completion card, which is really fascinating that there would be two next to each other. They're talking about, yay, we did it. And also, I don't have to worry about this anymore. Also, I don't have to worry about getting to the theater on time. Also, I don't have to worry about, you know, if my wardrobe fits, or if I'm eating gassy food all day and can't fit into my wardrobe. You know, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So 10 of inspiration is my don't worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about what other people think about this. You don't have to worry about getting any more feedback. You don't have to worry about anything. Don't worry about it. Being relieved of a burden. Maybe something was very inspirational at one point, but it kind of ran its course and it's done, and you don't need to worry about it anymore. So yay, we did it. We don't have to worry about it anymore because we did it. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, 9 of emotions. You would like to be proud of yourself. You would like to be happy with, you know, what you've accomplished. So whereas 10 of emotions is a group, yay, we did it. 9 of emotions is a yay, I did it. Yay, I learned so much. Yay, I've gained so much emotional wisdom and emotional intelligence, and I really understand myself so much better. I'm really proud of the things that I have done in my life. I'm proud of my relationships. I'm proud of how I treat other people. So you're wanting to get to that point of maybe enlightenment, and that's what's interesting, is because this 9 of emotions is on top of this awakening card. You would love some enlightenment, to feel uplifted with your own activity. I want to say feel uplifted by your own, I don't want to say there's a lifting up by your own bootstraps, except for sort of somewhat emotionally, but you'd like to feel that uplift. And there is one with this 10 of emotions, this yay, we did it. You have this 9 of emotions of, yes, I did it. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my work. I'm happy with myself. I'm satisfied with myself. And even though we have like these emotions and cups all over the table, indicating possible relationship, there is a sense of also wanting to be happy with yourself and your accomplishments. We can also talk about wish fulfillment here, because I am seeing sort of the genie in the bottle and the dreams coming true and the wishes coming true, and feeling emotionally satisfied with that, with some sort of dream coming true. And that's what you want. That's what we all want. That's what everybody wants, whether they're conscious and aware of it, is just to be proud of themselves, be proud of their lives, and have their dreams come true. So what's at issue here is 4 of emotions reversed. Not seeing an option, maybe not having an option. It's usually about, in the upright, we're talking about a repeated cycle, and we're kind of tired of the cycle and we want to break out of the cycle. But in the reverse of cups almost always talks about like a depression or a depletion. because we have a cup that's upside down. So that's not really holding much. There's an emptiness in that cup. So I'm just not seeing options, not being given the choice to continue a cycle or to move on. I mean, normally the Four of Emotions in the upright is going to be about like, do I want to repeat this? Do I want to ride this ride again? Or, you know, because once you get on the ride, you can't really get off the ride until it's over. So you have a decision point once the ride is over. Do I want to get on that ride or not? Sometimes you don't have decision points throughout much of the cycle in this card, but you do have a decision point. And once you identify when you keep getting back on this ride, and once you identify that, then you can make the choice to not get on the ride again. But it's almost like the ride is broken down and it's done, and it's not, you can't get back on the ride again. And maybe you actually miss having that option to get on the ride again. Could be not feeling fulfilled, not feeling like you are enough. It could be not feeling like you can break a cycle, but we have this completion. Something's very much over. The ride is over, and now you should be looking at an option to not go on the ride again or to go on the ride again. Maybe you're just not questioning. Maybe there's like a cycle here that you haven't really questioned. There's a sense of not feeling like you're enough and not really realizing that, perhaps. It's not a card of, maybe you're not really contemplating or thinking about something or really going through it. I mean, I think last time too, we had like this Seven of Cups where we just weren't seeing options or looking through options or even looking at options or considering other options. You're not considering other options, and that might be because you can't imagine other options. You can't see other options. You don't know about other options. You don't know, right? We have this High Priestess where we know some things, but there are other things we don't know. We see some things, but there are other things we can't see. And acknowledging as part of our intuition all that we can't see, and that there are things that we can't see and we don't know. And in fact, that makes the need to follow our intuition actually a little bit stronger, because we can't literally see everything. We can't literally know everything about a situation intellectually and consciously. So our subconscious and our intuition have to kick in, because there's just too much information to sort and organize. So we have to have our intuition. There must be that there are things we don't know, and it must be that we have hunches and that we follow hunches, because it's not possible to know everything and calculate everything, calculate the future, calculate what is known, calculate in what is unknown, because there's still a heck of a lot unknown to us little creatures here on this one little planet. So again, there's almost like not seeing something, not seeing an option, not being aware of an option. So in the environment, we have Seven of Pentacles, this patience, waiting for results to come in. Yay, we did it. We don't have to worry about that. But there is something, somebody could be waiting for somebody else. Somebody could be waiting for results. To me, the Seven of Materials is a patience card. It's someone who's waiting perhaps to hear from you, someone who's waiting, right? If you're playing phone tag with somebody, and this is such a minor topic here, but if you're playing phone tag with someone, you should be aware that they are now waiting for you to call them back. And if you did, they didn't get the message, or they didn't get, so somebody here is waiting, or some sort of situation is sort of paused. It can be like a minor hanged man where the situation's just on pause. Results haven't come in yet. They don't know. If you're waiting on a decision for someone else, they literally they haven't made any decision whatsoever. That's why you don't have an option. They're waiting on something else. They could be waiting to hear from you. They're waiting for something. Somebody The Seven of Materials is all about like, do we want to proceed forward, or do we want to continue doing what we are doing, or do we want to change something up? Is this path worth it? Is this path going to eventually pay off? And not being able to see where something's going, or not being aware of the future aspect of something. So that's the environment, is patience, waiting, not quite sure if they're going to keep waiting or if they're going to give up, or what's going on here. But this could be why you're not looking at an option, because perhaps anybody that's giving you an option is actually waiting to either hear from you or waiting to hear from somebody else, or like they're waiting for something, which I think we got. Like, did we get a hanged man here? No, that was in one of the shorts. The Aquarius shorts was like the hanged man was in there. So it is just waiting. The environment is waiting for someone, or something in the environment is waiting for fruits to come in, waiting to get paid, perhaps themselves before they can pay you, waiting for something. So that's why it looks like you don't have an option, because the option hasn't been presented to you, because there's a holdup somewhere, or there's just a process that has to unfold. All right, your to-do list, Night of Inspiration. Oh my goodness, I love this, because this is be bold and make the first move. And our nights are about communication. So this is about calling and communicating. So basically this card embodies these first two cards. If you want to know what this card means, go back to the beginning of this video and listen to what these three cards are about, because that's what this card is. Night of Inspiration. It is, yet again, be rash, be bold. It is this be bold and make the first move. This may seem, right, we sometimes struggle with our intuition, our impulsivity. Where is that? What is intuition? What is illusion? What is impulsive? And this is like speak impulsively, speak from the heart, speak impulsively, be bold about it. It might seem a little scary, it might seem a little daunting. This person is actually waiting for you to call them, and they kind of need you to call them. That's what it feels. That's just, for somebody that's like a really clear message, this person is actually waiting for you to call them, and you need to just do it. Pick up the phone and call them, or text them, or whatever it is. But Night of Inspiration, communicate, that's our night, throat chakra, and inspiration, shoot from the hip. Be impulsive, be intuitive, and yeah, be intuitive, because this intuition is written all over the place here. So be intuitive communication, movement, it's quick. This could be a situation that comes up very quickly for you. Like there's all these ending cards, and then you need to like say something, or it just is this, because this Night of Inspiration is moving so quickly, like a bat out of hell, like his pants are on fire or something, like he's got ants in his pants, squirrels in his pants. I don't know. Like this, there's an antsiness here, and roll with it. When the antsiness hits, be antsy. When the inspiration hits, go. When spirit says dance, dance. When the spirit says sing, sing. I think there's a song about that. I think I'm quoting a song. But that's this energy, is like when the spirit moves you, move. Be bold. Make the first move. You might be what somebody is waiting for. Someone may be waiting for you to call them. And then you're going to learn a lot. This is the Awakening Judgment, number 20, which is interesting because these two right here are 20. They're both 10s, and they're equaling a 20, and then we end up with a 20 at the end here. You're going to learn a lot. You're maybe going to get an evaluation back. Like if you see your opportunity and you take it, you're going to get some really important feedback. And whether they, if you want to ask somebody out, you see the opportunity, you take it immediately. Don't think twice about it. They might not like it, but they're going to give you some really useful feedback. They might like it, and then you're going to learn some things and experience some enlightenment. So in some ways, this can be like your deepest wish is some enlightenment, and here you have the enlightenment coming in. So understanding of something that happened, it changes the way you move forward. It changes the way you see the world. So if there's like, a class you wanted to sign up with, or you're just perusing things and this this comes up and you're like, oh, I want to take a class like that, and just go for it. Just take the class. Just press take the class button, and you're going to learn a lot. There's this 20 is awakening. It's a review process. It can be, you know, it always reminds me of like the card before it, 19, is the sun card. So that's sort of revealing everything. And that sometimes reminds me of like turning in a paper where you talk about everything that you learned. You talk about your whole research process, or there was a lot of research that went into it, and you display that knowledge. You lay it out all on the table. That's our sun card, everything laid out on the table. And then 20 is you get the grades back. You someone else's perspective comes in and shows you some things, and you understand something, and then you can have an opportunity to, do I want to rewrite the paper, or do I want to just leave it as it is? And then that might bring us to the end card. But the awakening also has an ability to do something differently, to redo something, to do something again, to go back on this process with everything you've learned and repeat it. Or maybe you just learn and you just move on. But there's something, you are learning something. You're going to call somebody, and boy, are your eyes going to be open to something going on there. You will learn a lot. But with the High Priestess here and the Knight of Inspiration, we are definitely talking about moving when the Spirit says move. Your intuition, right? There's like some sort of stopped process here, perhaps, with this Four of Emotions. A stopped, a dissatisfying process, but the movement's coming from you. All movement forward comes from you. And yeah, I think I beat that dead horse. So, all right. Oh, one of my favorite cards. If the taste is sweet and good. This is savoring. This is a card of savoring. It does seem related to this card too. Savoring something. When something is good, when something is really beautiful and really wonderful. And there's a sense of it all fits together. When the world all comes in those brief moments that we get, where the world all seems to fit together, it all seems to make sense. Everything, I want to say, it's all like hand in hand. It's all connected. It's all together. It's all beautiful and giving of the world is giving its sweetness and its beauty to you and offering that to you effortlessly. There's a sense here of just taking some time to savor and enjoy what it is that is beautiful here. So if the taste is sweet and good, savor it. The good things that are happening, the good things that come in. I'm like, that honey, the honey from the honeycomb coming in here. And it's just so effortless. Like usually with Ten of Inspiration too, there feels like, gravity's helping. Some sort of natural process is helping something, helping to lighten your load. So if the taste is sweet and good, what if the taste is sweet and good? We savor it is what we do. So it's beautiful. There's just really beautiful cards here, honestly. The joy of we did it, the relief of relaxation, the relief of being able to put a burden down and let go of something, which you're in the process of right now, and then these wishes coming true. And there's a lot of just really beautiful energy here. I honestly, like, if this taste is sweet and good, it's reminding me to look back over these cards and see how beautiful these cards are. In your environment is patience. And this could be someone being very patient with you and being very appreciative of that and savoring that someone is being patient with you. But they won't need to be for long because you're about to make your move here. But they're all just really beautiful cards. There's not a lot of difficult energy. The only thing difficult would be like not knowing the whole situation, or not being aware of something that you probably want to be more, or not needing to discern between intuition and something else. But it just seems very intuitive. That's pretty much it's beautiful. This is a beautiful little reading. Just claim this reading every week. Okay, so these are the feather cards, and I'm going to take one out here. Chickadee. Oh, the little guy here. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. That's beautiful, because this is what's in your current, this is the card of time to release old patterns and energies. Time to let that go. We don't need to carry that anymore. We don't need to do it that way anymore. And you are ready to embrace change. Beautiful. And then I actually want to read the affirmation with Chickadee. And then that'll close us up. We'll be done with this. I love doing these, and I really, really appreciate the responses you guys give. And of course, the tips are always beautiful and lovely. And so it's a joy to do these readings for us. I choose to surrender all thoughts, words, and patterns that hold me back. All right, let's say it together. I choose to surrender. I choose to surrender all thoughts, words, and patterns, all thoughts, words, and patterns that hold me back. That hold me back. All right, well, this looks like a really beautiful week. Be sure to savor it. Hope all's well. Talk to you guys next week.